Hi, this is Kathie from Craft with Kathie. Thanks for joining me today. Quick and easy little project using some box frames where I'm going to illustrate how you can save yourself some money on supplies and also some storage space when it comes to decorating your house. Be making these frames versatile enough to reuse for different occasions or seasons or whatever have you. This product, the background is indented a bit, probably about a little bit more than 1/4 inch, maybe 1/4 inch, but they're double-sided. One side is the natural wood, one side is like a whitewashed painted wood. And they're cool in and of themselves because just like this, you could have one design on one side. Say you want to put something for St. Patrick's Day here, and the flip side, Easter. So you could basically have a little vignette of 3 of these frames for St. Pat's, and when Easter comes, just flip them around. And then if you decide you need to store them, you could put them away. So you've got basically 6 different things out of just 3 frames. However, I'm going to have you stretch that a little bit better, or give you an idea for stretching that a little bit further. And hopefully along the way I will find one of my chalk pastes. If I don't, I'm going to have to make do, and it's not going to be quite what I wanted, but we'll work with it. Sometimes I guess you have to be flexible. I should know that, right? I'm going to use these minis from last year's Halloween collection, along with some cardstock and some chalkable chips, in order to give you the versatility and stretch your crafting and decor budget and allow you to use these box frames over and over and over again. And I'm not going to chalk directly on the back of the frame. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use some cardstock as a background, and I've actually already done this here. I've taken a little piece of, I think this is pumpkin pie cardstock, and a glue dot, me and my trusty little glue dots, and just glued it to the frame. And I didn't do the other side. I'm going to just show one side tonight. So basically I have an orange background, and I've done another one with black, and I swear I did the white already. Maybe I didn't. That's strange. Okay. A little turned around today, and I apologize. It's just strange because I thought I had them sitting out here. We're going to use these little minis, and we're going to use chalkable chips. And these are just 3-inch circular chalkboards, if you will. They come in a 12-pack, and you could do lots of different interesting things with them. They're perfectly suited for these minis. They're great on the ends of beaded garland. They're great for garlands themselves. I'm actually going to be doing a game with these later this week. I'm starting something new this week. If you sprinkle this video, I'll enter you in a drawing on Monday. Maybe you'll win. Please take the time to sprinkle with your friends who might enjoy. We're going to be using the chalkable chips here in black and white. They come in black and white, and I thought they'd be ideal for a Halloween theme project. And also, we're going to be using the individual packets of paste which come in the Club Couture kit. But I wanted to show you and give you a few tips on using them and how to save your leftovers for additional projects, because our transfers are reusable 12 or more times with proper care, and a little bit of paste goes a long way, so you can get quite a use out of an individual paste packet. More than enough for this project by any means. I've got black velvet, in bright white that I'm going to be using. I do have an orange peel floating around the house somewhere here. I don't know if I dropped it or I accidentally put it away or something. I swear I carried it out here, but it's MIA right now, so until I uncover it, I have to work around it. So I'm just cutting these minis apart. Minis usually come 12 on a sheet. These are cute. Great for Halloween. I'm just cutting them on the cut lines of our transfers. You can see the cut lines are white. Our transfers are vinyl with the teal being the vinyl and silkscreen, and the silkscreen is what you're seeing, the white background behind. They are reusable. With proper care, you can get 12 or more uses out of a single transfer. And let's see. Okay. Thing about the individual paste packets. They're great. But especially if they're shipped through the mail, during the winter, they could be exposed to cold temps. So I've just warmed up a little bit of water in this cup. Actually, I warmed it up before I started, so it's not really that warm anymore. And I'm just putting the paste packet in there for about a minute. I want to just basically warm up this chalk paste. Let's pretend it came through the mail. Our Club Couture comes with 3 individual chalk pastes with each transfer, which is a great deal. And believe me, you can get multiple uses out of each little envelope of chalk paste, and I want to show you exactly how to get the best use out of them. So you soak it in a little bit of water for about a minute, take it out and just mush it around, massage it, if you will, massage your paste, and then instead of opening, oh, I should have started with the other one. Okay, instead, this one, it doesn't really matter. Our paste packets now have the color on the bottom, so I always want you to open the opposite side. So anyway, I'm massaging this. I'm going to push this down to the bottom of the paste packet before I open it up. Get my water out of there, and I'll put my black in the middle and to soak for a minute. So I'm going to just push it down before I cut it open. I'm going to open it up, use one of my little stir sticks to get in there and scoop out a little bit of paste. Actually, I didn't get it all the way down the packet. I'll scoop it out from the side here. A little bit of paste goes a long way. I don't think I massaged that enough. Let me mush it up a little bit more. If your paste is dry, all you need to do is add a little spritz of distilled water to it to loosen it up, and this looks like it's pretty crumbly dry. So let's add a little bit of water to it and mix that up. Like I said, a little goes a long way. I'm going to probably need a little bit more. Just spray it on myself. A little bit more paste for the water I put in there. If it's too much, if it's too liquid, add more paste. If it's too dry yet, add more water. Basically, you want the texture to be somewhere between a sour cream and a yogurt. So I'm just mushing this around a little bit. Getting it rehydrated, if you will, in one of our little color trays, which is great for mixing up your chalk paste. Or if you're making custom colors, you know, if you've seen some of my other tutorials, I have a thing for making somewhat custom colors. So I suppose if I had yellow and red, I could make me some orange tonight, right? I really don't need much of this, so I've got it fairly well mixed up. Just continuing mixing it up to make sure I get it all saturated with that water. Okay, this looks like it's pretty good. It's a little bit thin yet, so I'm going to set this aside and it'll dry up a little bit. It'll thicken up. What I'm going to do with this paste packet though is now fold it over on itself. And I could use a piece of washi tape, painter's tape, anything just to seal it, and it'll stay ready for your next use. And let's see, I think this rest your bones would be good. Let me grab my little fuzzing cloth over here. I just want to deliberately apply a little bit of lint to the back of this transfer so that it doesn't stick quite as snugly. And this is a little backing paper for our transfers. When they're cleaned and dry, we put them back on the backer. Our transfers have a shiny adhesive side and the backers have a shiny like coated side. So when the transfer is dry after we clean it, we put the adhesive side against the shiny part of the backer. So I'm going to just center this on my chalk chip. Press it down. Make sure there's no air bubbles. I'm a little off center. Let me remove it and reapply. Oops. Okay. Our paste is water soluble, so it goes on liquid, but dries hard. So I'm just mixing this up a little bit more with my squeegee. Still seems a little bit loose for what I want to do, so let me mix it a little bit more. And I'm going to go look for that piece of white cardstock that I misplaced. I'll be back in a second. Thinking maybe I inadvertently put my orange peel chalk paste in with my cardstock. Nope, doesn't look like it. And I know it's hiding out. It must be hiding out with my 5x5 piece of cardstock. I'll get that. I'll just cut another piece as we go along here. Oh, let me let this dry a little bit more, I guess. I don't want it runny because then I don't get as clear of definition. So set that there. Let's go after our black velvet chalk paste. Oops, I kind of dribbled water. I had this sitting in my little cup of water, and just like the white, I'm going to massage it a bit. I've got another little color tray here for that. Now you can see on this packet it's black velvet at the bottom. I want to open it up at the top so that I could always easily identify what color it is by this color block on the bottom. So I'm massaging it, and then I'm going to squeeze all the paste down towards the bottom before I open it up. And use a little stir stick and grab a little scoop of paste out of here. Oops. This looks pretty good. No, no, maybe a teensy bit dry. Let me add a little teeny spritz of water. Yes, just a little bit too much water. I'm going to have to grab a little bit more paste out of the packet to thicken this up a bit. Obviously, if there's too much in my chalk tray for my little project, I could always put it back in my envelope of paste, just seal it up really good, or I could actually use a different container. But the envelopes work pretty good at keeping your paste for future uses. Let me seal this up. Put a little piece of tape at the top. I guess I'm going to have to just reuse my squeegees as we go along, right? Actually, I've got a bunch sitting over in my little water bath over by the sink that I didn't bring over here because I wasn't done cleaning them up. Yes, Mama did teach me to clean as you go along. I just don't like doing it. Okay, so let's grab a little white paste and I'm going to just put it on the chalk chip on top of the transfer and squeeze it through the silkscreen portion of the transfer, and then go back over, remove any excess paste that I could put back in my little container here, remove any lines, and then lift up the transfer. Ooh, rest your bones. Kind of spooky, huh? I'm going to set that aside to dry. And let's see. I think on our white chips, I definitely want to use the black cat. So once again, I'm going to fuzz this transfer, remove it from its backing paper. Fuzz it, put a little lint on it deliberately so it doesn't stick so snugly. Our transfers can be used on wood, chalkboard, dry erase, glass, metal, lots of different surfaces. The smoother the surface, like glass or metal, the stronger the transfer will stick. And the reason behind fuzzing is we don't want it to stick so snugly that it's difficult to lift off when you're done chalking through it. So applying a lint makes it not quite so adhesive, and then when you clean your transfer after you're done with it, you remove that lint and restore the adhesive. So if I was putting this on a mirror, wouldn't that be kind of spooky Halloween morning? I would probably fuzz it like 6 or 7 times just to make it really, really less sticky. Really, really less sticky. That sounds crazy. To diminish the adhesive, I would fuzz it 6 or 7 times. Okay, let me clean this squeegee real quick so I could use it with my black chalk paste. Mix up my black a little bit better here. Grab it from the side. Okay, and I'm going to apply it to my cat on this chalk chip. Squeezing through the silk screen and making sure to cover all of the silk screen. If I go off the edge and accidentally get something on the chalk chip, I could just clean it up with a paper towel, a wet paper towel. So I'm smoothing this over, removing any excess, removing any lines. Clean my fingers for a second. Oops, I went over the edge. This is a perfect example of how to show you how to clean it up. So I'm going to just take a moist paper towel or a piece of moist paper towel. And just wipe across it. Our chalk paste is still wet. I could, even after it dries, I could clean this up by moistening it. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to set that aside and grab my paper cutter, cut another piece of paper. Ooh, let me put this aside to dry. And I didn't know, did I open up a box? Yes. Where did I put it? Here's the other frame. So I wanted to do 3. So I'm just taking the piece of cardstock. I'll put a glue dot on the back of it. And I could do this, of course, on the wood side if I wanted to. Maybe I'll actually just do it on the wood. Add my glue dot to the paper. Peel it off. Flip my box over. Center it. And put it in with the glue dot. Okay, so I didn't find my orange peel. So I'm kind of like, okay, what color should we use? In which transfer? I think I'm going to go with using another white chalk chip. And, ooh, Something Wicked This Way Comes. I like that one. That'll be good. So again, I'm just going to fuzz it. And being that I'm going with, I'm going to go with the orange background. I was trying to think of what color I want to go. Obviously, if I'm going on a white chalk chip, I'm going to have to go with the black. So that's what I'm doing here. Pressing it down. Let me scoop up some more paste. I think I've got good coverage there. Oops, I've got some lines. Let me remove those lines. You want a nice smooth image, okay? Lift the transfer up. You never want to pull from the edges. You could lift the edge, lift the corner, but always pull from the top, bottom, left or right. You don't want to pull from the corner because you could potentially stretch the transfer. It's kind of like fabric with the silk screen and the vinyl. Get the ink off my fingers. And set this aside. So let's look at our black frame. Kind of dramatic, isn't it? So all I need to do, this isn't fully dry, but all I need to do is apply a glue dot to the back of the chalk chip. Position it on my frame, press down. Now, after Halloween, all I have to do is pull out this cardstock and I could use the frame for something else. Maybe something for Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever. So by using the cardstock, I'm keeping my frame available to be used by a host of other things and making it a little bit more reusable. Plus, there's less to store when I need to put something away. let me add my glue dots to the back of my chalkable chips. And I surely appreciate your patience as I had to go run and get cardstock. I wouldn't have put it away if I thought I was gonna need it again. Anyway, this is a craft that's basically suitable for your kids. If you make a mistake on the chalk chip, spritz it with a little bit of water and clean it up with a paper towel. Ready to use in a minute or two. As soon as it's dry it off with a paper towel and you're done. Let me clean my surface up a little bit here. Like I said, I know it's a little early for Halloween, but you could apply this idea. You could use it with our Valentine minis. I think we have some farm minis right now. We've got quite a few different things, and you can mix and match as you will. Now, isn't that a quick, simple project? And you can get the kids chalking the chalk chips. I think they'd have a blast with it. What do you think? Please feel free to comment with any questions or suggestions that you may have. I'm always open to ideas and suggestions for any type of crafting. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you soon.